This is Calabrios. The thing about it is, you know, and in order to beat Manny Pacquiao, or at least be competitive against him, there's only one tool that's essential and a key ingredient of being victorious. It's a granite chin. And in order to be effective against Pacquiao, the opponent will have to at the very least be able to be willing to engage from time to time. Now, this is why Mayweather's defense won't be a factor. Mayweather's defense is truly elusive. People contribute to its speed, but it's more than just that. It's really not, by intuition that comes from ring IQ. It's not Mayweather can see every punch coming from him, he moves quickly to get out of the way. But, rather it's more about knowing based off what you know about your opponent is about to do before it does it. Mayweather's his defense will work flawlessly against conventional fighters, but then again, Pacquiao's not a conventional fighter. And many have speculated that the reason why Pacquiao is so dangerous is because he's so unpredictable. I think the perfect example, he's the first knockdown of Pacquiao versus Cotto. A punch came from a right hook that was completely improvised. In other words, Pacquiao was not even in the stance to throw a right hook, yet not only did he land it, but he dropped Cotto. And the point is that how do you dodge a punch that you do not expect your opponent to throw? And that's the story of Pacquiao. He throws punches that are not supposed to be thrown from those angles. And, in addition to combination punch at Pacquiao, people speculate that, Miracle will be effective against Mayweather for two reasons. Your speed and combination punching. I, however, do not believe Khan will be successful, but I do believe that these speculators have the right idea about the speed and combination punching. Two things that Pacquiao is a master at, in fact. Mayweather will be successful blocking one or two punches at a time, but not 5 or 6 coming from unconventional angles. And most times, Mayweather has the advantage over fighters when fighting at the center of the ring. In this case of Pacquiao, I do not believe that to be the case. In fact, I would argue that is where Pacquiao would be the most dangerous. See, Mayweather, in my opinion, would be mildly successful walking backwards, where he would have 2 key punches from that angle. That's the straight right hand and the chopping right hook. Even with those punches, I see Pacquiao walking through them, only to land a combination of his own. Now, next, thing about is Morales and Marquez are the only 2 fighters to ever be successful against Pacquiao. Both of them are top-tier fighters from a special class of boxing. In that case, both of them there's an element of counterintuitiveness contrary to the Mayweather school of boxing. The difference is that Morales and Marquez are not only power punchers with granite chins, but they are willing to get hit. And Mayweather in that regard is not up to the task. Now, I've talked to different people about this and gotten many that agreed that, when Marquez knocked out Pacquiao with a powerful right hook, he did so by willing to go 2 rounds of backpedaling, getting a broken nose for the opportunity to deliver that punch at just the right moment. Now, take for instance James Mosley, who was also a power puncher with the ability to hurt any fighter, stopped engaging once he felt Pacquiao's power. Now, same could be said about Tim Bradley, who was a decent fighter, decent enough to have at least been competitive against Pacquiao, but felt like a fighter who was simply not willing to trade. Now, conventional wisdom would suggest that, Mayweather has the advantage over Pacquiao because he is a defensive reason. But, however, keep in mind that in order for the defensive stance to be effective against Pacquiao, Mayweather have to dodge everything countering for 12 rounds without break. And by the looks of it, if Maidana, who's an extremely slow and predictable fighter, cannot land on Mayweather, then it's without question that Pacquiao has the ability to not only land and drop Mayweather, but has the ability to hurt Money May.